Hey everyone, welcome back, y'all. We are back to work in our July budget. All of my bills have been paid. But I want to show you how I move money around from week to week, since I only get paid my income at the very beginning of the month, so I only get paid once. I don't count ahead of time for any side hustles that I may have, because I don't know if that money is going to come in. I don't know the amounts that are going to come in, things of that nature. So with that being said, usually what I do is I show you my budget every single month. But this month I put a bills binder on board so that I can show you how I filter through this money week after week when I only get paid at the very beginning of the month. Don't come after Jessica. I made a lot of mistakes when I was talking to her. I wasn't adding the money up right. I wasn't subtracting right. It was not her fault. There's all kinds of chicken scratch over here, Xing out, redoing things, and the full bit. So next month, it'll be a much cleaner situation. That wasn't her fault. That was mine. And I do have Jessica do this now because y'all know I'm blind. I can't see, and I can't keep writing in lines that I can't see. So that's not an option for me. So it's really good practice for her as well, because when my kids get out of the house, I do want them to have a binder, and I will set them up with a full binder, hoping that they'll use it. I'll set them up with worksheets and all that stuff that I have, so that they can hopefully have successful savings and do exactly what the rest of us in the budgeting world are doing. So instead of showing you this whole messed up paper, which I do have here, I just wanted to show you for reference, I have it. And it is the Budget by Paycheck Workbook System by the Budget Mom. It's the oil spill, and yes, I paid for it online last August, I want to say it was, in 2023, and I did the print on demand so that I can print it over and over again. So let's talk about my bills, and then I got something super duper exciting at the end to talk to you about. So, rent has been paid for $900, nothing left over in rent. Utilities have been paid for. My electric was paid for $300, and then my gas was paid $145. My electric includes my water and my sewage. My gas includes my furnace, which is not turned on because we're not heating the house, but it also includes my water heater. So after I paid those, I put $500 in here. I got $55 left. I am moving that to something I'm not sure yet. That depends on, at the end of this video, what I have to tell you. All right. Then after that, we have our internet, which is AT&T. I put $100 in. It was $85. I'm moving $15 over. After that, we should have Verizon. Verizon was $200. I don't have anything to roll over for Verizon. Apps was $63. I put in $100. So I have some money low to roll over. And for apps, I should have, I believe, Alexa, what is 100 minus 63? I want to say it's 37 if I remember right.
63 is 37.
Yep, I'm right. $37. All right, y'all. Sometimes I have to memorize everything because I can't read anything. In fact, I can't even read these, so I have to memorize these. All right, after apps, we should have groceries. Now, groceries, I've spent $126 out of my $400. That leaves me a total of $274. I can tell you today, I will have an expense today. I'm going to go get some barbecue sauce because we went down into our freezers. We grabbed a whole bunch of chicken that's going to be thrown on the grill. We grabbed some hot dogs, some ground meat. So we're going to make hot dogs. We're going to make hamburgers. We're going to make barbecue chicken. But I need to run to the store. I want to grab some corn on the cob. I want to grab some barbecue sauce, and I need to grab some buns, maybe some lettuce, tomato, and onion. So that's all that we're going to grab today. I'm going to try to keep it under $50. That's my hopes. So I have $274 left over. All right. After groceries, we should have self. I already paid my self credit lender. Just remember self because it's coming up here in a minute what's going on. Credit card, I paid myself credit card. The $150, I am down now, I think a balance of $2,900. So with that, I've got to get this down. We'll talk about that here in a minute too. After that, we should have trash, if I remember right. And I'm hoping I got these in order. If I'm a little out of order, don't come at me, y'all. I've been talking for a while to get these things, get labels, braille labels on it, and I'm really going to look into it now. Trash should have 100 in there. I need to get 106 by September. So next time I do my bills binder in August, I will put $6 in, and then I'll be ready for September's bill. After that, we should have our debt. And with the debt, we have already paid out $1,000. I won't speak any more about that because my next update for my next video will be my debt update. And that's going to be huge, y'all. All right, now we got our stash drawer. We're going to go ahead and get into our stash drawer because we do have some expenses. This is the money I have left over at the end of paying my bills already. So I have $1,200 here for the rest of the month. Now, I'm going to have to take out $145. So so that's 50, that's 100, 150. I'm going to move that aside. And I only needed 145. So I have $5. I'll put that in the back. The reason for that is I went back and I checked my expenses. Here's my expenses for the week. I paid the $47 for Uber that y'all know for an annual plan because they gave me a 60% off coupon. So I paid $47 for the next year. That means I'm not getting hit by little bitty amounts each month, and I'm not paying the full yearly amount of like $90 something if you pay it in the year. If you pay it by month, it's like $120 because you're paying monthly, where if you pay it in a yearly or an annual price, you do get a cheaper price. But because I had a little bitty coupon that said, hey, 60% off, I guess that's not little, that's a big coupon, I paid $47. Then I went back and checked Walmart because I knew the number wasn't right. I paid $49 for a year of Walmart. So I did not pay in the $70 range like I thought. I paid $49. Then Instacart came around the corner and said, hey, we got an offer for you for 50% off as well. I paid $49 for Instacart for the next whole year. So altogether, that's $145. That's why I took the $150 and I've got the $5 left back here. So I don't get little piddly amounts taken out here and there for these little services that I have. I just went ahead and hit them all because I got really good deals and I couldn't pass it up, and I saved a ton of money doing that. So if you have any of those services coming up for renewal or you need to get one of those services, I suggest you check out to see if you have any of those coupons available and save you some money. So that gives me down to 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 50, 7, 58, 59, 50, 1,000, 1,055. So I'm down to $1,055, y'all. Okay. Let's move past this and hold on to my stash, which is my leftover money for the entire month. This is the money that's got to trickle all the way down until August 1st. We have sinking funds that my son made for me, and we have savings challenges. So sinking funds, we're going to go ahead and put $300 aside for that. So 51, 52, 53. So $300 is being put aside. Now, this stash money does not include my grocery money that's already in my binder up here underneath groceries. So that doesn't come out of stash. Savings challenges. We're going to be very conservative savings challenges. I'm getting ready to tell you a huge, unbelievable story here in just a minute. We're going to go ahead and do 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Let's do 50. Oops. I think I put that in the wrong envelope, y'all. Nope, I just bypassed the envelope by accident. I flipped over it. Okay, so 50 is going into savings challenges. Currently, my savings challenges as stands is my empty nester challenge that's coming on board again. So I can restart that because I wasn't very far into it. I am doing something with these savings challenges. It is my empty nester challenge, which is the penny, the nickel, the dime, and the quarter challenge. I was doing them in full sheets. I'm converting them down to trackers now. So that will be to come. I will be putting that on my Etsy shop here soon. And there will be a binder option as well. And it also includes my 1,000 envelope challenge. So those are some big heavy hitters. And I believe it includes a bingo savings challenge as well. So those are the ones that I have right now. Y'all, I want to put so many savings challenges on board. And I have some that I'm getting ready to set up. But right now, something has changed as of today. And I'm going to explain that here in a minute. So this is what I got left for the month. 51, 52, 53, 54, 54, 55, 56. Oh gosh, 6, 50. Oh my gosh, hang on one second, y'all. My fingers aren't getting this right. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 705. So my numbers on my sheet weren't right anyways. I was still way off, but that's okay. This is what I know what's left to spend for the rest of this month. Whether it goes in my debt, whether it goes for sinking funds and savings challenges. That is what I have left, or if anything else I need to pull. Also know that I do have sinking funds for things like pet food, pet supplies. That's all in my sinking funds binder. And if I need something, I won't pull from the stash. What I'm going to pull from is the sinking funds first. I'm going to go into that sinking funds binder and I'm going to pull from there. Stuff like pet food. I'm getting ready to order some pet food for my dogs. And that's going to be $50 for just the smaller Chihuahuas. Jaya has to have grain-free, so hers is a little bit more expensive. I'm getting that through Costco's, and that is going to be almost $22 for that one, and some things of that nature. But that won't be coming from my stash drawer. That goes from the sinking funds I have already built up in my sinking funds binder. So I have a sinking funds and savings challenge sets, and I also have my bills binder. So I have 3 binders right now, just so that I don't confuse anybody. So 705 is what I got left. Now, let me talk to you about something. I decided to reach out to a home lending program. And by a home lending program, what I actually mean is a home loan officer. At 47 years old, I have never, ever, ever owned my own home. And I don't find that to be fair. When I got divorced, my credit score went south fast. And it has taken me years and years to build my credit report back, my credit numbers back up. Now, with that being said, I did speak with someone this morning, and I thought, I have been laughed out of a place before. Oh my gosh, I was already intimidated. And I don't get intimidated, y'all, but I was really like already expecting it. I spoke with him, gave him the whole rundown, gave him all my financial information, all of the scenarios and situations, explained everything in full detail. We were on the phone for over an hour. He said he's going to run a soft credit check because he didn't want it popping my credit numbers. And I said, okay. Came back and he says, we got 2 things to talk about. And already I'm thinking, I've been laughed out of an office before. I told him that, so I'm already expecting the worst. He says, number 1, you need to pay off your self-credit builder. I said, okay. I said, that's due off in March anyways at $150 a month until that's paid off. And then you all know they're going to dump over $1,800 basically into my account. Because I've already maxed out the credit card and can't put more money onto that credit card, so it's staying in the savings pot. And I said, okay. He says, pay down your self-credit card too. Pay it off. That is sitting at $2,900 out of a $3,050 amount. So I am maxed that credit card out. I've got reasons for why I did it. I'm not going to get into it until I talk to you about my debt update. That's the next video. I said, okay. He says, your Capital One paid off. I said, it's already paid off. I just paid it off. My Capital One is what I use for my grocery budgets and stuff like that. As he said, okay, it hasn't updated yet, but it's due to update in the next 3 days. It'll probably show that. I said, okay. So he moved some things off the credit because they don't really matter right now because I'm in great standing, and for some reason, some things don't matter and some things do. I said, okay. He said, your credit one? I said, that's paid in full. I pay that every single month in full. It's only got a $300 balance, y'all, so it's not like I can max it out very much anyways. My credit one actually pays my electric and my gas bill. That is the only one that actually isn't debited out of that bank account. It's actually debited off my credit card, and that's fine because it's still auto-drafted. So I said, nope, that's already been paid for, and it's already back to zero balance. He says, great. So already, out of the 5 things, 2 things are already taken care of. So far, I got the self-credit card, the self-credit builder, which the self-credit builder, again, that is the $150 that I pay every single month until this coming March, and then I'll end the 2-year program. I've already done it once for a 1 year. Now this is a 2-year program that I'm in. So that's going to get paid off here quickly. The self-credit card, I have to slam hard. It's $2,900 is the balance right now. I need to get it to 0. He said, okay. He said, the last thing is kickoff. I just started the kickoff program, and basically, let me explain the kickoff program real quick, because a lot of people get really frustrated with kickoff. You're not getting any money that you put into it. It is to boost your credit. So, of course, like with the sub program, I went with the highest level you can. I went with Kickoff Ultimate. With that, I'm paying $35 a month every single month for a year. They are reporting to my credit bureau that I have a $3,500 credit line that I don't have. But because they're trying to boost my credit, they're trying to bring my utilization down overall. It looks like I have a line of credit that I'm not using. Then they said, hey, well, she owes this amount of money on this credit card, and I don't owe it. It's just ticking down the membership amount of the $35 every single month. So, Alexa, 35 times 12 is what? It's in the $400 range. Times 12 is $420. Okay, so it told them that I had spent $420 on that credit line. I didn't spend a dime. I don't have any money. Every month that I pay that kickoff credit builder, they drop it by 35. They drop it by 35. They drop it by 35. So after a year, you're down to 0, and it looks like you got a $3,500 credit line that doesn't have any credit being utilized on it, which is helping me drop my utilization, but it's also raising my credit score. And how it's dropping my utilization is because I'm offered more credit that I don't have that says I have it. I mean, I already have credit, but I don't have credit from the kickoff program. Now, once you pay everything in full after the year, you don't get that $3,500 credit line. You don't get any money that you put into it. This is like a membership. This is not you pay into it like you do the self-credit builder and you get money back. This is you get nothing back, but they raise your credit score because it makes it simulate like you have this as a credit line and a credit card. So he's like, you need to pay that off. And I'm thinking, oh, I just started that. So anyways, I went ahead and told him, okay, well, it's only $300 something, but I don't really want to pay it off right now. Maybe I can pay it in half or something like that to make it look better. But it also has another program attached to it where you can put $10 a month for 12 months into a savings account, and you can't touch it. You can't get it out until it's literally $120. So I started that as well. So currently I think I have like $20 or $30 in there. I can pay that off, get my $120 back, plus pay off the kickoff program in a couple of months. I'm going to give it a couple more months because I'm not ready to buy a house yet, but get a couple of months off. And he's like, okay. So perfect. Awesome. I'm good as golden. I know what I need to do. So that's going to come out my debt update and what I'm going to do there. However, he says, I've got to talk to you about something else. He says, your approval or non-approval. And I thought, oh my God, here we go. Deja vu. He's going to laugh me off the phone. He said, look, you're not pre-approved and you're not pre-qualified. And I said, okay. I was already expecting it. He said, I did a soft credit check. And when I go back and do a hard credit check, when you are ready to buy a house, because I'm looking at house prices, y'all. I'm not looking at houses yet. Just the pricing in the area. In Missouri right now, y'all know I'm heading to Florida, but in Missouri right now, he says, you are actually approved for a home loan. And I about fell over. I'm like, oh my God. He rambled off some things afterwards, and I was just in euphoria. I was just like, cloud 9. Oh my God. 47 and a half years old. I'm actually approved for something. Y'all, I've worked my ass off my entire life. And here's the bottom line. I have lost my vision due to a visual issue that I was born with. Condition. It's called retinitis pigmentosa. It's RP for short. I was supposed to lose my vision years and years ago. It didn't happen, and I'm not sure why. But when I did start losing it in my late 30s, it went like wildfire. My outline, shadowing, and shaping is almost completely gone now. I can't get point A to point B without the use of mobility, a cane, or my kids, and stuff like that. So I'm very limited on things I can do. I'm going to reopen a lot more things and put things back up on my Etsy shop that had been taken down by somebody who got into my Etsy shop, but it's secure now. And I am going to work my ass off on Etsy because I don't have the luxury of picking up side jobs like Uber Eats or driving Uber or doing Instacart or anything of that nature because I'm blind. I can't drive. So these other side hustles that everybody else can do, I can't do. And it frustrates the hell out of me because I have the want to do it. I have the need to do it, but my hands are tied. And it's not a boohoo, pitiful me, because there's people born with my eye condition that never got to see. So at least I got to work, and at least I got to do things, and at least I got to do the trainings for the military and things of that nature. But now, I can't see, so I'm screwed. And it frustrates me on a daily basis. The simplest thing that people take for granted, flipping an egg in a pan, I can't even do that because I can't see the egg to flip. But what I can do is I can work my ass off and try to build something for me and my kids. I want nothing more than to be able to give them a house that I own, be able to give a backyard to my 6 chihuahuas who can run it nonstop, and I'm not in threat of being told that I don't want chihuahuas at the house. My landlord hates chihuahuas. He hates dogs. And he's not very happy that I have dogs at the house. But that's what I have. I have my dogs. And I pretty much told them, hey, if you're going to kick me out because I have my dogs here, I've got years of veterinarian records. They've done no damage to your house. You decided I needed to pay a pet deposit, so I'm paying the pet deposit. I'm doing everything you told me to. He goes, well, I don't want you getting any more. Oh, okay, I don't want to get any more. I got 6 dogs. That's all I need. But anyways, I can't do anything in this house without his permission. And I understand that because it's his house. But this house has never been updated. And I don't want to do anything to this house because I want to be able to get a house of my own where I can do what I want. Where I'm not having to deal with anything negative, and my dogs have a backyard that they can just run their little butts off, and I can build a garden, and I can build a Chihuahua paradise, and I can do things for my kids at the same time. If they want to paint their room a different color, they have a right to do so. They need to make their space their own. And right now, we're just in limbo and have been for over 13 years in this house. I could have bought this house, but the landlord never wanted to sell it. So the gentleman came back, long story short, and he's like, you've been approved for a house loan for up to $300,000. But you're going to have to come out with a deposit and a down payment. So credit needs to go. All my credit, debit stuff needs to go bye-bye so that my credit score can score up. He said if I handle the little things that I need to handle, it'll go up at least another 50 points. It'll give me a better APR percentage rating for when I do buy a house. And, I'll own a house of my own, which means I'm going to have to get a maintenance situation going, because if anything goes down in that house, when I own it, it's on me. If the AC goes out, I got to pay for it. There's a leak in the house, I got to pay for it. If something happens, I'm going to have to pay for it. Property tax, I'm going to have to pay for it. So all of that is ahead. But y'all, for the first time ever, doors that have been shut, windows that have been closed are now starting to open. And my foot has gotten into the door. Because a lot of people don't want to give people who have visual impairments a lot of wiggle room, because we're in fixed incomes right now. We struggle from day to day. The government doesn't care about those on programs such as Social Security that I've heard, SSI. I've heard horror stories about them because sometimes they live in low as $700 a month. Now, because I have a pension, I'm a lot better off. But, the elderly and the disabled, and I don't really consider myself disabled. I mean, I'm blind, and a lot of people will say that, and, that is a disability. But I don't use it as a crutch, and I don't use it to hinder myself. I use it as a tool of, okay, you can't do this, figure it out another way. Y'all, I have YouTube channels. I have an Etsy shop. Yes, my son helps me out tremendously. He's learning how to do this stuff, but we have it. Here at the house, we work together as a team. We don't pull apart. There's no I in the name team. So, anyways, just letting you know, I finally got approved for a house. This has been an amazing, amazing day. Health and More in 2024 is coming out on Saturday. I got diagnosed with yet again something else. But y'all, this diagnosis was like, okay, this is going to be a blessing in disguise. Like, wait for this on Saturday. I've got another medication coming on board. I'm like, okay, but this one I'm super happy about. Have you ever been happy about a medication? But anyways, that's coming on Saturday. I promise you I'll try to get that video out Saturday morning versus super late at night and get that taken care of, y'all. My energy level sucks. My new blood pressure medication is working fantastically. My blood pressure today was 174/119. 174 over 119. Yes, still high. But it's not damn near 300. So I'm not dying. Not yet. I ain't got time for that. So, anyways, any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, please remember to leave it down below in the comment section. I can't wait to do the debt update and talk to you more about my future plans of becoming a homeowner. Even if it's not in the state of Florida yet, which is where I want to move to, it can start here. And maybe I stay here. Maybe I move to Florida. Maybe I get a house in 2 places. I don't know. The sky's the limit right now. So, I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, Without Limits is out.